Thingy 11182 here. I thought I made a video on this already, but it seems I haven't. But this is the introductory video to a panel that will be on the channel going forwards. It is hooked up to power. There's a couple of other bits around it, but that's just other stuff on the board at the moment. I've just got power on it, and I'll be getting some bases so I can hook up some detectors to it. That Teslox kindly sent me some detectors for it, so we'll get those hooked up once I get some bases for it. But that would be cool. But I'll just do it. This is just an introductory video to the actual panel itself, the Kentec Syncro 8000. And it's a dual protocol panel, so it does Hotchkiss and Apollo devices. Now, I've heard sort of various information about whether you can switch between those two modes in this panel, or if you need a different card insert. That's just booted up now. It's going to go into default. So silence buzzer. It allows me to do that even if that's not got any key in, and I can still. I don't think I can reset it. I can't do that either. I can do evacuate though. I think. Maybe not. That's evacuating. Get a reset. That's reset. But yeah, it allows me to actually silence that buzzer without a key in, which is interesting. But not evacuate or reset. Or I can do a lamp test without a key. So interesting. Can't resound there. And you can input a PIN number as well, access code. If you don't have the key, you can just put the access code in. Or if you need to get into a higher level of access, if you need to get into engineer mode level 3, I think it's default level 2 when you put this in. It might even say access 2, yeah. So if you want access 3, you have to put the code in. Anyway, so yeah, there's been debate about whether you can switch mode on these, whether you need a separate card for the different protocols or what. But on this panel, specifically this series, you can switch between the two protocols in software. So I'll make a separate video on how to do that, because I had to do a bit of research on that, because I heard various answers all over the internet and from people in the community, and I had to. I wasn't convinced with the answers, so I did my own research and reached out to some contacts and found an answer on that. So I'll make a video on that. But this is just an intro to the panel on the channel. And next you'll see me make a video on the protocol switching, and you'll also see me make a video with some devices hooked up to the bases. But this is the bare panel at the moment. Got some end of line on the loop. I got the sounders and the loops there. That clicking is probably the that's probably the fault clicking relay you can hear. I've also got a copy of Loop Explorer, so we can get Loop Explorer hooked up. And Teslox also sent me pre-production cable for the serial, which goes in here. Which allows me to get that hooked up to a computer, and then I can use my copy of Loop Explorer to configure the panel. Otherwise it would be a bit tricky to try and get the right connector for that, but Teslox makes a good serial to a USB adapter for that, which is nice. So I've got a pre-production prototype, which I'll probably make a video on as well. But yeah, I've had this panel for months actually. I just haven't made a video on it, so I thought I'd introduce you to it. And it's all good. I'm going to evacuate. And it's got a nice big display on it. We can silence the alarm and we can resound alarm. Yeah, it's a lovely panel. Nice user interface on it. So you can view devices. There's no devices in there at the moment. That's menu key. Enter. Right. Yeah, by zone, by loop. There's 0 devices on that at the moment. You can auto device detection when it reboots and stuff like that. So that's quite cool. So quite a nice menu system on it already from what I've looked through it. But yeah, I've had this for a number of months. So thanks for watching the introduction video to the panel. Normally quite an expensive panel, got a good deal on it. The case is a little bit tight on it, it's probably not quite on. Doing it one-handed isn't ideal. There we go. Cheers.